Hello and welcome to 5Tech. This is Abbas. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about user administration and the command straight away. I'm not going to take a long explanation, being very specific to the point. Okay, we start off. How do you create a user? It's very simple. User add, alright? I just say user add, space a username. Username could be abs3, okay? And this is how you create a user. Whenever you create a user, the next step would be, where do I find this user where I have created? I want to check whether this user has been created or exists. So there's a file called as etc password file, which displays all the user information. So I just go out here, and when you find something like 72% or something, you have a space bar, the big one. Just press that, it takes you there. So this is where a user is created called as abs3. And these are the attributes which are separated from colon. Okay, very first thing is a username. This X is encrypted password. This is a user identification number, UID. This even a user can allocate. Of course, it's a root user's job. So we have root user, non-root user, or the system user. It is the root user who creates everything, and this is a working area for a root user. Okay, this is a UID. And remember, if you don't allocate a UID, it takes from the previous, it continues from there. It's 1003, it's 1004 out here. Okay, what is this? This is a GID, that is called as a group identification number, or GID. Can you see this? This is also called as GECOS, GECOS. I know it's a technical word. Most of the people don't know, and it is a duty of a trainer to make them understand what this GECOS means. GECOS. This is how you say, but in literal meaning we haven't studied in school or college. It's basically a real name of a user or a comment made for a particular user. We shall see this in next command when I implement this. Next is user home, /home/ you see here a user home. This and this shall always remain same, because the user's home directory would be is created whenever you create a user, okay, with the same name. /bin/bash is, bin is a directory which holds binary system commands, and bash is a shell that's a working area for a user. Now my question is, when we don't allocate, please remember guys, if you don't allocate, these attributes are taken automatically other than these two. There's no comment, and if you haven't allocated a password, these two attributes wouldn't exist. You need to allocate. How do you allocate a password to a user? We'll first create a user with our attributes, then we'll see how a password is created. Now I'm creating another user called as user add username, that is abs5 -u. Okay, see here, I'll say 7766. Then next is -g, which is group. So if there's no group existing, you got to see if the group is existing or create a group. How do you add a group? Is very simple. Command group add space, I'll say Linux Red Hat group. This is my group. So it says already exists. So right now I can add a user to this particular group. I say particular user, I'm sorry. User add, I would say abs5, okay, -g, called as Linux Red Hat is a group name, okay, -u, which is UID. All right, 1 2 3 4 5, okay, then -c, which is I comment the GECOS part what I spoke about. So I'll say he is sysadmin, and I can say ABZ is a real name. All right, then -m -d, okay, home directory which you need to allocate, /home. What is the username, guys? The username out here you see abs5. You got to write the same name here. So I write abs5, and I say I need to allocate a shell. So /bin/bash. So these are the attributes: 1, username; group 2, UID 3, comment 4, okay, then home directory 5, and shell 6. As we said, there are 7 Attributes, where is the seventh attribute? Seventh attribute was password, that you need to allocate manually. Name of the user who you want to allocate password. Password space abs5. Okay. Now guys, I am giving a password also as abs5. ABS5. Again ABS5. Why? You must be surprised that why I am disclosing the password. I'll tell you why. See out here, more space /etc/password. Remember, gives user information. Okay, see here. This is abs5 is a username. X is encrypted password. This is a UID which I allocated. This is a GID, that is group ID, and this is what is comment or kickoff. And this is a home directory, and this is a bin, as I said earlier. It holds binary system commands, this particular directory. Bash is a shell, which is working area for a user. Right now, I'll take you to, you guys remember you can use more, cat, nano, or less to check the output or the file content. So a lot of people use cat, but I use more also. You can use anything. Cat space /etc/shadow. Out here you find, look at this. This is abs5. You were surprised why I was so louder about password. For a very simple reason. Abs5 was a password, but look at the way it has changed into so many alpha, numeric, uppercase, lowercase, special case, or alphanumeric. The reason is it encrypts, and this is how encryption happens. Okay, it is obviously for security purpose. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, right now let's look into, we have seen how to create a user, how to check the user. Right now let's see if I log in as that particular user called as abs5. All right, and I want to check who has logged in. If I say who am I, it shows abs5, right? Now look at this. I'll try to make a directory mkdir abs. It says permission denied. It's for a very simple reason that I'll just tell you what happens. Now again, I'll come back to root. This is a shortcut. If I say su space minus space abs5, right? Let me say right now mkdir, and I say I want to make a directory called as abs, and I say ls. I get a permission. Remember, very simple thing, but very important thing. If you log in, if you switch user without using hyphen in between, you don't get a login shell or an area where you can implement commands. So if I write su space, I just said hyphen in between, which I got a permission to execute commands. So you can say a shell or a working area for a user. Hope this is pretty clear on the screen. Next, see what happens, guys. Now I just get into VI is an editing tool. You can watch my next video or get into my channel and watch VI editing. It's I have explained in very simple manner. I go to VI space /etc/password and I enter this particular file, and look out here next to the username abs5 on the left hand side there's nothing. First I get into insert mode and I add an exclamation before the username and I say WQ exclamatory mark, save, quit, and I'm out. Now if I try to log in, like switch, okay, su space minus space username, look at the message that you get. It says user does not exist. Now the question is, in which case the user you can keep in read only purpose for that particular user, and let the user exist. The user is actually existing, but you have blocked the user, so you can just have a read only permission or execution as the administrator allocates the permission to him. So what I want to get back this particular user, say it does not exist. Opposite of this, you got to get back again into this particular file, etc password. Okay, take the cursor out there, insert mode, escape X, delete that particular exclamation mark, save, quit, and come out. And again, if you say su space hyphen space username, comfortably you get into a login area where you can
work. So this is how you block the user, and this is how you create a user. This is where you see the user information, and we have seen password information. There's one important thing I would like to tell you. Now, if I say cd space / home, hope you guys remember in that command we allocated home directory to a user. Look at this. We have all these are users, right? Now I want to delete a user. Very comfortable. The statement that I said, in that itself you find the command. I said if you want to delete a user, it's user del space username. Okay, look what happens now. After you delete a user, you got to check whether this particular user exists or it's been deleted. Look at this. Abs. It was just before this. The user has been deleted. Now, the next thing, we are going to delete a user abs3. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Now, what I want to make things clear. I deleted a user called as abs. But what is this? This is a home directory. Through this command, user del space username, this command deletes the user, but his home directory will exist. Means if that directory has some important information, though the user does not exist, but I want to retain his directory which has critical information or important information. For that purpose, I'll retain the home directory. In case what if I don't want a user as well as his home directory, very simple command, user del -r space abs3. Alright, R means recurse. Remember, recurse is to descend, to get into it. First it will delete the user, then the information about it. So let me check ls here. See, out here I said abs3. Here you find his home directory, but home directory does not exist anymore. But again, one more thing, we are supposed to go and check whether this user abs3 still exists in this directory or not. So it was above user 5. So user is also deleted along with this home directory, guys. So this is how you create a user. This is how you check the user information. That is how you check the password parameters. That is encryption. I'll talk more about how to change the username, how to change UID, how to change GID in my next video. All the videos are just made for maximum 12 to 13 minutes, which should be interesting and short. Thank you very much. I hope you liked it. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you like it, and I'd love to see your comments too, whether it's positive or negative or something, an area where you want me to improve. Thank you very much, and it's welcome.